All right, so you would think with everything that we saw about Kirby Air Riders from the second presentation that we got that was hosted by the legend himself, Masahiro Sakurai, a 1-hour presentation showing us all kinds of new shit, all kinds of content that you could possibly want in a video game. You would think after everything that we saw, the internet, the entire internet would have just blown up and be excited for this video game. You would think that everybody would be just extremely hyped about this game right now. Now, to be fair, there are a lot of people who are hyped about this game. There are people whose expectations were blown out of the water because there's a lot of people, for whatever reason, there's a lot of people who thought that they weren't really going to have a lot to show us. Like, I think Sunbro Nation being like the main one, he just thought that Masahiro Sakurai was going to spend most of the direct just explaining minute details and little technical things, like how to pull off a certain maneuver or whatever. And I just remember responding to that video, I'm like, what the hell makes you think that that's what the whole direct is going to be about? You really thought that Masahiro Sakurai, this is Masahiro Sakurai we're talking about, the guy, the creator of Super Smash Brothers, which is a game that has always been known for being filled with almost too much content. Masahiro Sakurai, it's like he tries to put too much content in a video game. That's the kind of guy he is. And for whatever reason, for whatever dumb reason, people thought that he was just going to waste our time with a bunch of like technical, minute shit, right? And that's what Sunbro Nation thought. And hey, guess what? It turns out that no, 90 to 95% of that Nintendo Direct was just highlighting new things we had not seen before. Okay, it was showing new modes that the game's never had, new tracks, new characters, and it didn't spoil every single character. That's a great thing. Like, they showed us so much new stuff, and yet they still didn't spoil the entire thing for us. But yeah, 90% of it was just new stuff, and like a small 10 to 5% of it was like technical stuff, like, oh, you get to choose how you play the game, like how the controls work, and you can change the camera settings, you know, just things like that or whatever. That stuff just only took up like a small portion of the Nintendo Direct. Everything that we saw for the most part was brand new. We have the fact that you could customize your own vehicle. You could completely customize vehicles and then sell them, and people can buy them. Of course, not with like real money. It's like in-game currency. It's like the coins and the money that you earn from like playing the actual game and whatnot. And then you could use that money to purchase vehicles that you find, like vehicles that just look really nice. And I think you could set the price too. That is so freaking cool. That is so cool. Like, I could imagine that attracting a lot of people to this game. The ranking system, it's like you have like a license card. It kind of looks like a credit card, and like all the 9-digit numbers or whatever, it's basically your overall ranking, and you could fully customize those cards as well. So you got that. The whole direct, it started off like introducing Top Ride, because that was not shown in the last direct. Top Ride, basically a top-down view of the racing track or whatever. That's pretty much what that is. I'm glad they brought that back. People were worried that wasn't coming back. Nope, it's coming back, and it looks like it's going to have more tracks too. It looks like the tracks are going to be much bigger and better than ever before, with the option to zoom in on your character. They immediately after that, they introduced a story mode, but at first they just kind of introduced it as road trip. So it's basically this mode where you're just driving down the road throughout this, this world. You're just pretty much on a road trip, and while you're driving, you could choose which path to go down, choose which rivals to fight along the way, and what mini games to do along the way. Just really cool stuff like that, right? Really cool stuff like that. The boss mode. They're bringing a boss mode where you could fight a robot version of King DDD. You could fight these other legendary villains from previous Kirby games. This freaking game, this is like the most video game ever. All right, the most video game ever. A video game that is very arcadey in the best way possible, with so much content, a story mode, so much to do, so much to keep you busy and entertained. This is a game that will last generations, just like the Super Smash Brothers game. But here's the thing about this game. Like, again, if you're a Super Smash Brothers fan, if you're a Mario Kart fan, this game is for you, okay? This is a game that it's like it takes the best of both worlds. You're huge into racing games, you're huge into fighting games. This right here is that game. This is like a vehicle combat game that has racing in it. It has melee. It has all of these different modes. Hey, if you're a Mario Party fan, you would be interested in this game because there's so many modes. This is like an ultimate, like, fighting, racing, partying game. Like, party game. It's so freaking awesome how much is in this game. And it just goes to show how awesome Masahiro Sakurai is, because this is not a game he wanted to make. This is a game that Nintendo asked him to make. Nintendo requested that he would make this game, and he was just like, okay, sure. And he like went above and beyond. He went the extra 10 freaking miles to make sure this would be one of the greatest freaking video games ever. Masahiro Sakurai, dude, what a freaking legend, man. He's definitely the best in gaming today since Shigeru Miyamoto. Yeah, there's just so much, and I'm just trying to freaking understand why it is, or how it is, that there are people out there, people who are even like Nintendo fans or whatever, who for some reason are just not excited for this game. Like, I want those people to just explain to me how the hell they are not excited for this game. Now, if you're just one of these stupid Nintendo haters, this video ain't for you, but you're gonna watch it anyways, or whatever, and you're gonna leave your BS comments in the comment section. Not talking to you, don't care what you have to say. This is for like people who are Nintendo fans, or just Nintendo enthusiasts at the very least, or people who just, you know, are gamers, quote unquote, who are not interested in this game, or they haven't been sold on it yet, as some would say. Now, some of you out there, or you know, you know who you are, you know, because I've seen this a post from another YouTuber, and he said, I gotta be honest, that presentation didn't sell me on the game. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about, dude? Seriously, what the hell are you talking about? Did you even watch the presentation? Did you even watch it? Or were you just like at work doing other things and you were kind of paying attention to it? It doesn't make any bit of freaking sense to me how that presentation didn't sell you on a game with just the insane amount of content. I think this guy tried to say that the gameplay just wasn't appealing. Like, how is the gameplay not appealing? You're driving around, freaking fighting other people, you know, there's explosions, there's all kinds of chaos. It's very chaotic. It's like Super Smash Brothers on vehicles. So it just boggles my mind how somebody could just be like, yeah, I'm not really sold. And I'm just thinking, okay, what could it possibly be that people are just, this game is just not making people excited for it? What could be like the freaking hang up here? Is it the fact that this game is not Super Smash Brothers? Is it simply the fact that it's just not a big name game? You know, like people who would see a really nice pair of shoes, right? And these shoes are bulletproof, they got steel toe, they're very lightweight, they're very comfortable. It's like the best pair of shoes you could possibly get, but because it's not Nike, all right, because it's not a freaking Nike brand, I don't know, I'm not really feeling this, man. You know, it just doesn't have that Nike logo, doesn't have that big name brand on it. That's what I'm kind of thinking at this point. Like, it must be something stupid like that, you know? It must be something really stupid like that. Like, oh, it's not the big Super Smash Bros. Game. It's not the big popular game. It's a series that only sold 1 million copies on the GameCube. So therefore, you know, I'm just not that excited for it. As if, like, you guys act like the game's not going to be successful or something. Like it has to be called Super Smash Brothers, or it has to be called Mario Kart. I don't get it. It's really stupid. That seems to be the mindset with a lot of people, or that seems to be their subconscious. That seems to be like what they're thinking subconsciously when they look at this game. They're just not excited for it, or because it's not a crossover game. It doesn't have these other stupid video game characters that don't belong there, like Pac-Man. People were expecting Pac-Man to be in this game because, Bandai Namco is one of the people working on it. Thankfully, there is no freaking Pac-Man. Thank God. Thank God that there's no, Kid Icarus or anything like that. Thank God this is a game that is only centered around the Kirby universe, the lore of Kirby. The way it should be. And I don't know, maybe people have a problem with that. It's like, they care more about the hype around the game and stupid things like that, even though, I mean, it should have a lot of hype because of the content, but it's like they care more about like stupid type, like hype and publicity, like, oh look, Sonic and Pac-Man are going to be in this game. They care more about dumb shit like that than the fact that the game is so fun and has a bunch of content in it. That's what it seems like to me. But if you're one of these people, I want you to write down in the comment section below, tell me what it is. What is your hang up with this game? Again, this is like the most fucking video game ever. And it doesn't make any bit of sense to me that someone would not be excited for this. I mean, I think like Andres Restart, like I don't think he said anything about this yet. Maybe he's made a video about this second presentation, but you know what? I didn't see him do a live reaction to it. I didn't see him make a video overview about it or talking about it, giving us a quick impression. No, instead he makes a stupid Metroid Prime 4 video, some analysis video of Metroid Prime 4. I'm thinking, what a lame ass. And before that, he was like crying on Twitter, oh, people better stop, saying that Metroid Prime 4 isn't going to be that big, or people better not have the gall to, undermine Metroid Prime 4 and what it's going to do. It's like, dude, would you shut up about Metroid Prime 4? Why are you talking about Metroid Prime 4? That game doesn't come out until December, dude. It doesn't come out until December. So I don't know why you're even bringing that game up. I'm getting sick and tired of certain fans out there. They just want to talk about Metroid Prime 4 and fixate on it. And it almost seems like they have some type of bitterness towards Kirby Air Riders, because Kirby Air Riders has just gotten a second presentation now. And it seems to be the game that Nintendo is like heavily pushing. That's because it's about to release in 3 weeks. But it seems like there's people out there who are just mad and bitter about that, and they're just like, oh, Nintendo's over here shoving this game in our face. Why aren't they giving us a direct for Metroid Prime 4? Why aren't they talking more about Metroid Prime 4? And so it's like they just want to kind of it's like they kind of want to ignore this game and talk more about Metroid Prime 4 in a way, and just completely dismiss this game. It is so freaking stupid. Let me tell you something. I'm going to talk about Metroid Prime 4 when Nintendo starts marketing it, and when they have something good to show us, and when we get closer to the game's release. But until then, I want to talk about Kirby Air Riders. I'm not going to be like you guys who are just being bitter and stupid, and you're just choosing to sleep on Kirby Air Riders because you just have this like pathetic bitterness towards them. Very freaking stupid. Like, really. Now, I could be wrong about that, but there are people like that. There were a lot of Metroid fans who were butthurt and they were crying when the very first presentation for this game was announced. And they're like, where's Metroid Prime 4? Where's the release date? Now it's different. Now it's, oh, well, we got the release date, but why do you keep talking about, Kirby Air Riders and not Metroid Prime 4? And so I feel like, this is just a great, awesome game that you guys don't deserve. Because you idiots are just like, you have this weird hang up and you just don't want to talk about this game because, well, it's not Metroid Prime 4 and it's also not Super Smash Brothers, so I don't care. Stupid. Very stupid. It's a game being made by Masahiro Sakurai. Okay? you know this is going to be one of the best games ever. Now, of course, this is the internet. This is the online world, okay? So, the people on the internet, what they say doesn't matter. And you know what? The fact that Pokemon Legends ZA has already sold 6 million copies in 1 week just proves how insignificant the voices on the internet are, because everybody and their mother were crapping on that game, right? Everybody was saying this is trash, this is the worst thing ever, this is an embarrassment, this is a joke, this and that. You had Asmongold, you had that fool, you know, making videos crapping on it. You had everybody crapping on that Pokemon game. I'm not a big Pokemon fan, so I don't care, but everybody was crapping on a game, and look what happened. 6 million copies sold in 1 week. So you know what? I think that this game is probably going to sell anywhere from 7 to 12 million copies in a week or in a month. I really hope it does, because I do think the gamers of Japan are really high on this game, you know? And there might be a lot of people who are high on this game here in the States as well. We'll see. But right now, what's pissing me off is the idiots on YouTube and on social media who are just like, yeah, it's just not doing it for me, guys. I'm sorry. I gotta be honest, I watched that presentation, it's just not doing it. Please explain your hang up to me. Please explain how a game that has this much content, this much replayability to it, could just not be doing it for you. It makes next to no sense to me whatsoever. I mean, do you not like video games? Did you not enjoy games like Super Smash Brothers, Mario Kart? What else? Mario Party. I mean, because this is like the ultimate racing, fighting, party game that there is right now. But yeah, somehow people are just like not excited about this game. Hey, the fact that Masahiro Sakurai, he made so much content for this game that if we get the physical version, we actually have to download the rest of the content. So it's basically like free DLC. Because he just kept adding more to this damn game that, like, if we actually just get it physically, we got to download the rest of the content that's supposed to come with it, you know? Now, why aren't there people just, you know, raving about that and just like, you know, excited? You know, everyone was crying about the Pokemon game and the DLC and all that. Everyone was crying about DLC being added to Donkey Kong Bonanza, saying, oh, that was content that was removed from the game. Or whatever, you know, just a bunch of BS, just a bunch of assumptions. But here we have Masahiro Sakurai giving us a crap ton of content that we don't have to pay for. And how many people are like just celebrating and praising this, right? Again, there are a good handful, but I'm also noticing a good amount of people who are just like pretty much just ignoring the game, or just not really giving it the praise and credit it deserves, not giving it the time of day, not really talking enough about it, you know? Some just downright ignoring it. And let me just say, you guys suck. You guys absolutely suck. You call yourselves gamers, I don't know about that. If you call yourself a gamer and you're not into this, I question your taste in video games. Kind of like Rob from Rule of Two Review, who, you know, he's not interested in his game, but he'll play a piece of trash like Death Stranding, which isn't even a damn video game. It's a stupid cinematic experience. So it's like, okay, so you're not really a gamer. You're just somebody who loves pretentious cinematic experiences. You love movies. You don't really love video games. That's what I think. But yeah, it's crazy to me. Like, I really do not get it. I feel like it's a combination of many things. Many of the things that I talked about, I think it's like just this stupid bitterness towards the game. Like, I wish Nintendo would talk more about Metroid, and since they're not, I'm going to ignore this game that they are talking about, and I'm just going to talk about Metroid instead. Or, I'm just not excited because, well, it's not like a crossover game where you got characters from Sonic and Pac-Man in it. And I want Nintendo to do big crossover games to get more attention, to get more publicity, and that's going to generate more hype. No, you know what? How about being excited for the content that is in the game, okay? Who cares if the title of the game is Kirby Air Riders and that's not a big name? It will become a big name because this is going to be a freaking awesome game. All right? Stop having this stupid mindset where it's like it has to be called Super Smash Brothers. It has to be called New 3D Mario or whatever. Like it's gotta have this big name attached to it or something. Like that's what I'm thinking too. It's like people aren't excited because of that, because of the name. You know, it's not a well-known name. That's just so freaking stupid, dude. This is Masahiro Sakurai that we're talking about. This guy makes the best freaking video games there are. So, yeah. I'm kind of just rambling on, but I mean, literally, this game's going to have story mode. So, look, here's the thing. For you goofballs out there who care more about story mode over games that have lots of fun online play or just, you know, fun game modes in general, this game's going to have a story mode. And it looks like it's going to be a very interesting story mode, right? Looks like it's going to be a really awesome story mode. They showed us like a teaser of it. So I'm really excited for that reason. On top of that, you got the hundreds of other freaking modes to choose from. It's like a freaking arcade video game that's like packed with 30 games in it. Like, damn, like you're not excited for that? You know? The gameplay looks freaking great. The gameplay is solid. The fact that you only need the analog stick and 2 other buttons, that's just freaking awesome. That's like, to me, that's just, I think that's like I feel like that's just genius designing, you know? That's like just perfect game designing, you know? Being able to make a freaking awesome game playable and all you need is 2 buttons and an analog stick, like, you know? I'm not sure if you're gonna have to use the right analog stick or whatever for the camera. I don't know. I don't think so. I think it's literally you only need just the analog stick and 2 other buttons. So yeah, there's that. There's all the customization options, the ability to just create so many different customized vehicles. You could put attachments like bat wings and stuff like that. So many different paint jobs you can give it. So many decals you could add to it. Different colors, different, like there's just so much you can do when it comes to the customization of the vehicles. There's even like a big lobby where all the characters are running around and whatnot, and there's like a big hangar with all the vehicles. There's so many freaking vehicles too. That's another thing. The vehicles, the selection of vehicles is awesome. I love the vehicles in this game. They look so freaking cool, man. You get to customize the hats for all of the characters. Like, damn, this is gonna be such a freaking awesome game. Those kind of games sell well, okay? Those kind of games always sell freaking well. You know, people love to customize things and then show it off to the rest of the world. That's what happened with Super Smash Bros. Ultimate with the map making system. A lot of people like were creating, like some of them were like offensive, right? They were making offensive content in Super Smash Brothers Ultimate or whatever. Like literally when that game launched, like it only took hours and people were already doing stuff like that. You know, people are going to do stuff like that with this video game. I expect this video game to be a huge success. I would be disappointed if it doesn't sell 70 million copies. Yeah, I'm that freaking high on this game. I'm expecting this game to sell 70 million copies. I'm expecting this to take the crown away from Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. This looks way better. And I love the fact that it's not a crossover game. Let me just say that. I love the fact that they are choosing to make it all about Kirby and the Kirby universe, the lore surrounding Kirby. I think that's great. Get more people interested in Kirby. And maybe that was Nintendo's decision. Maybe Nintendo asked Sakurai to just make it about Kirby only because we want Kirby to become an A-list character like Mario and Zelda. So I'm glad they're doing that because I want to invest in the Kirby universe. I want to learn about these characters. Don't freaking shoe in a bunch of stupid characters that don't belong there. Don't freaking put Pac-Man in there. Like, who the hell cares about Pac-Man? All right, I want more Kirby lore. Okay. So yeah, Kirby fans. I mean, everyone who loved every previous Kirby game and Kirby in the Forgotten Land. I can't see them not wanting to invest into this game. Super Smash Brothers fans, how could you call yourself a Super Smash Brothers fan and not be the least bit excited for this game? I've seen some of them, but that was before these presentations. I think after all of these presentations, if you're a Super Smash Brothers fan, you should be excited for this game. If you're not, you're just a moron. Let me just say that. You're a complete moron. You're not even really a Nintendo fan. You just like Super Smash Brothers because it's a big crossover game and you can play as so many different characters, or one character for that matter. Mario Kart fan, you're a Mario Kart fan, you love racing and you love all the chaos in those racing games. How could you not be excited for this game? Now look, I'm not trying to be mean and call people out or whatever, and I'm not going to do that, but you know who you are, okay? I think I called out Andre's Restart or whatever and Rob of Rule of 2 review. They deserve to be called out because I'm getting kind of tired of their bull crap. But yeah, if you're sleeping on this game, like, what the hell's wrong with you? Explain to me how this game does not look the least bit appealing to you. Anyways, all my subscribers, let me know what you think in the comments below about everything I said. How excited are you about this game from 1 to 10? For me, it's like 100 out of 10. That's how excited I am. That's how high I am on this video game. Leave as many comments below. What do you think people's hang-up is? That's what I want to know. What do you think it is? What do you think people are having what reasons do you think, what could it be that is like just stopping people from being the least bit interested in this game? Could it be anything that I said in this video, or do you think it's something else? Do you think it's just people who, do you think it's just like gamers who are spoiled and they're just like overindulged on so many video games at this point that they see a cool game like this, like, yeah, I don't know, you know, like kind of like the person who eats a bunch of McDonald's and junk food or whatever, and whenever you present them with a really good cuisine, they're just like, yeah, I'm not hungry, yeah, I don't want that. Like, you idiot, this is the freaking best cuisine on earth. What's wrong with you? I just ate McDonald's, you know, I'm stuffed. You know, it could be something like that, but I don't know. Just let me know what you guys think. If you're new to this channel, subscribe, hit the like button, and leave as many comments. Even if you disagree with what I said, even if you don't like this channel, do it anyways, because that's going to help push this channel. It's going to really help me get more views and help the channel grow. So go ahead and do that. And with that being said, I will talk to all of you guys later. Can't wait for freaking Kirby Air Riders. Game of the year. I mean, I love Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong's my favorite character. I love Donkey Kong Bonanza, but this might be the game of the year, honestly. Anyways, see you guys later. I will talk to you another day.